Poor mechanic helps woman with dead battery, she's the new boss he never saw coming. Rain was coming down in sheets, drumming on the tin roof of the tiny garage like 1,000 anxious fingers. Miguel wiped the sweat from his brow, though the air was cool, and leaned back from under the hood of an old pickup truck. His hands, cracked and stained with years of grease, trembled slightly, not from fatigue, but from worry. Rent was due tomorrow. His son needed new shoes. And the garage, the one he inherited from his father, hadn't seen a steady stream of customers in months. Still, he stayed open late, hoping that maybe, just maybe, someone would need help. That someone appeared at 8:43 p.m. A sleek silver BMW rolled silently to a stop just outside the garage. Miguel straightened up, rubbing his hands on a rag, and stepped out into the rain. The woman inside looked frustrated, her phone dimming in her hand. She rolled down the window halfway. "Hi, I think my battery's dead. I was on my way back from an out-of-town meeting, and it just stopped. Do you have jumper cables?" Miguel gave her a gentle nod. "Of course. You're lucky you made it this far, this road's pretty deserted after dark." He grabbed his tools and got to work in the rain, refusing to let her step out. "Stay warm, ma'am. I got this." In less than 10 minutes, her engine purred back to life. The woman smiled, her shoulders dropping with relief. "Thank you. You saved me." Miguel smiled, teeth slightly crooked, eyes tired but kind. "No charge. Just glad I could help." She blinked. "No charge. But, this is your business." He shrugged. "You looked like you had a long day. Besides, sometimes kindness is worth more than a bill." She opened her purse anyway, but he gently shook his head. "Honestly, I've been in your shoes. When my wife passed, strangers helped me. It's the least I can do to give it back." There was a pause. A long, thoughtful pause. Then she reached out, shook his hand firmly, and said, "Thank you, Miguel. You may have just helped me more than you know." He watched her drive off, water swirling around his boots, unaware that the woman he'd just helped wasn't just some executive on her way home. She was Rachel Green, the newly appointed CEO of a national chain of auto repair shops. A week passed. Then two. On a quiet Tuesday morning, as Miguel tightened bolts on a sputtering lawn mower just to stay busy, a black SUV pulled into the lot. A man in a suit stepped out and walked toward him. "You Miguel Alvarez?" Miguel looked up cautiously. "Yeah, that's me." The man handed him a crisp envelope. "You've been invited to meet with Rachel Green, CEO of Green Auto Works. She'd like to speak with you about an opportunity." Miguel's heart skipped. This some kinda joke? "No, sir." She was very clear. "She said to tell you, sometimes kindness is worth more than a bill." 2 days later, Miguel stood in the massive lobby of Green Auto Works headquarters. He felt out of place in his only clean shirt and worn jeans, but he held his head high. Rachel greeted him personally, wearing the same warmth she had that rainy night. "Miguel," she said with a smile. "You didn't just jumpstart my car that night. You jumpstarted something in me." He looked puzzled. She continued, "For years I've been leading from the top, forgetting what the ground floor feels like. But that night, you reminded me what real service, real compassion, looks like." Miguel shifted uncomfortably. "I'm no hero. Just did what was right." "Exactly," she said. "Which is why I want you to help lead a new initiative, community-based auto shops where kindness and integrity are core values. You'll run the first one, and help train others. Full salary. Benefits. A team. And your own garage, upgraded, of course." Miguel stood frozen. His mouth opened, then closed again. "You want me to lead?" "I want you to be you," Rachel said softly. "The world needs more people like that. Tears welled in Miguel's eyes. He thought of his son, of the broken coffee machine at home, of the nights he'd gone to bed hungry so his kid didn't have to. And now, this? Months passed. The old garage had been transformed into a bright, welcoming space with new tools, a waiting area, and a mural of Miguel's father on one wall. A sign hung above the door, Alvarez Auto, where kindness drives us. Business was booming. But more than that, the shop became a hub for the community. Teens learning to fix bikes. Single mothers getting oil changes on the house. Veterans finding part-time work. Miguel greeted each person the same way he had Rachel, with honesty, warmth, and zero expectation of return. One chilly December afternoon, as Miguel was teaching a high school student how to change a tire, Rachel visited. She watched from the doorway, smiling. "I knew you'd be great," she said. Miguel chuckled. "I'm just doing what my father taught me, leave people better than you found them." Rachel looked at the boy beside him and nodded. "You're doing just that." They stood there for a moment, two unlikely allies brought together by a dead battery and a kind gesture. Miguel had given freely on a day when he had so little, and in return, he received more than he ever dreamed possible, not just a new job, but a new purpose. The story of Miguel Alvarez spread across the country, shared in articles, local news, and social media. People didn't just see a mechanic who got lucky. They saw a man who led with heart, who proved that kindness still mattered, even in a world often too busy to notice. And Miguel? He kept his boots by the door and his heart in the work. Every time someone asked him how it all happened, he simply said, "Never underestimate what one act of kindness can do." Because sometimes, when you give without expecting anything back, life gives you everything in return.